Inflation is a choice. They say it's a choice. Yeah, so the proposed chairman, there's two Kevins trying to get into the next Fed chairman post after Powell decides to retire. And one of them is saying that the balance sheet is bloated. Let's take a quick look. Inflation is a choice. Kevin Warsh makes his pitch. He's a central banker, and he slams Jerome Powell's track record and goes all in on AI. In his speech, he talked about unwise choices and bloated balance sheet and the tyranny of the status quo. And his focus is, let's talk about what's there, acknowledge it, and move on to the future. And the future in his mind is cryptocurrency and AI. And if you can read through this, it goes through talking about how AI will be a significant deflationary force, increasing productivity and bolstering American competitiveness. He also mentions that a lot of people will lose their jobs because of the efficiency AI will bring. So it's a catch-22. So the suggestion here is, if he does take the reign, if he does take the throne, start focusing on AI and cryptocurrency, something that I've been lacking. I have not focused on either of them, just because it's just another thing I have to look into and learn and all that. Just something I just haven't gotten into just yet. By automating certain tasks, it could lead to a reduction in some types of jobs. But we did that back in the 80s, when robots came into the fray, and a lot of people in manufacturing lost their jobs. What did they do? Well, they either stayed unemployed or they went out and retrained and got different jobs. And I think that's what makes America great or strong, and that is that we are resilient, and a majority of us will retrain our brain to do something more significant than what we did before. Always be improving, right? Talks more about the balance sheet, and then he talks more about the two Kevins. The other Kevin chair shortlist also weighted on artificial intelligence and economic council. So anyway, the whole idea here is the next person that's in charge could stay in the status quo and start continuing to do that. However, here's the other thing too, is the other Kevin is heavily weighted to win. This guy is coming up and saying he's got 14 to 18% chance of winning, where the other Kevin has about a 48% chance of winning. So keep that in mind. Enough said. Holiday real estate, a seller's guide. Something to keep in mind as we come into the holiday season. I think it's the 27th. Thanksgiving is the 27th, so it's 2 Thursdays from now. Yeah. But after that, it's a countdown to Christmas, which is the biggest retail event of the year. And hopefully we'll see how the GDP finalizes out throughout the last of 2025. If you're selling your house, be realistic. There's less buyers out right now, period. It is crickets. I can tell you that from talking to agents all across the US, that things have definitely slowed down because they don't have a need to buy a house right now, or they're just putting it on hold until the start of the new year. Kind of thing that happens every year. I think we're going back into what we say status quo. It's the season. Things slow down. November, December, January, we frost over. And then February, we start getting things ready to sell, to put back on market on March, April, May, which is our selling season. So if you have to sell right now, sell. If not, then you're just going to sit and wait, which my listings are doing right now. Price it right. If you want them, if you're motivated to sell right now and move right now, make sure you price it accordingly. I would say 5 to 10% lower than what you're expecting, because that's where it is. You have to motivate the buyers to activate and get out and look. One of my listings got 1 showing last weekend, and the other listing got 0. It just is what it is. Stage it. Take the time, money. I know it costs money to stage your house, but it's an investment in making your house look better. If you have dogs and your dogs like to sit on the couches, get rid of those couches and make sure your dogs don't go on it, and put new couches on in your house. Make your house look big and airy and easy to navigate. If it's crowded and there's a lot of stuff everywhere, make sure you get rid of all that stuff. Get smart with targeting. Sell to families this time of year because they're most, if you sell to families, they're probably already settled. Their kids are in school. They're less likely to move. Who's your target demographic, right? You can talk to me about that and we can go more into that later on. Concentration on curb appeal. That's always the case, right? If your house looks crappy from the front, people are just going to pass it by. I've been in cars with buyers and they're like, nope, pass. This house has zero effect on me. I don't like it at all. I just want to leave. Don't go holiday crazy. I've actually sold a house during Christmas time where they actually decorated the entire house. I'm like, nope, we got to get rid of everything. Take the tree down. Let's get this thing sold for the pictures, right? And then afterwards we put them in and make it up. The last thing you want to see is in March is a Christmas tree. Think of it that way. If your house takes till March to sell, which some houses could do that, the last thing you want to see on a picture on the MLS is a Christmas tree. Be flexible. Keep your house ready to sell, ready to show. Make sure it's clean and tidy. Go through before you leave for work every day. You clean up, sweep up, get rid of all the dust, and move on for the day, because sometimes you'll get a call in the middle of the day and say, hey, can we see this house, your house? So just be very aware that that's your responsibility as a seller, is you have to keep your house ready to sell. All right, I have a new thing that I want to talk to you about is probate and estate sales. We're going to go a little bit deeper into this in the next couple months. I just updated my website. It's in the blog. It's in everything else too. If you're interested in, if your parents have passed on or your parents are going into an adult community and they need to downsize or what have you, this is something that we do as a service. We take it and we bring in our contractors and we clean out your house. We do repairs for you. We manage repairs for you, and we get your house ready to sell. And we even work with auction houses and estate sales people and all sorts of different things. And it's a great service that we've pretty much mastered. And it's never perfect because I have a lot more moving parts when it's probate and estate sales, because I have to deal with your lawyers. I have to deal with a lot of different things, making sure your house is lined up, ready to sell. You get it ready to do. But if you're interested in learning more, come in and go to that website, and then you can give me a call and we can talk about it. Weekly high low. Didn't do that, so we'll get into that in a minute. No, this is, thought I was ready, but I'm not, obviously. Let's see. Los Gatos home of the week. Let's take a look at this fugly looking house right here. Wow. This looks like a mountain house, but it's almost downtown. I think that this house is going to eventually sell for the land, unless you're on a hill. Maybe, I don't know. Let's take a look inside. I've seen this house from Los Gatos Boulevard. I mean, you have some decent bones. You can update this thing, make it look good, but I think because it's 2,200 square feet, it's on a 1/4 acre lot, 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath. This is Grove Street, not my listing, but it's walking distance to Main Street, not really Santa Cruz Boulevard. Santa Cruz Ave. I think you still can walk there, because I've walked from here to restaurants, the coffee store and all that. after walking the Los Gatos Trail. So it's not too far off. But I don't know. I mean, you're selling a mountain house. This is really a mountain house. All right. And then let's take a look at, let's see, price reductions. Price reductions of the week. Oh, too many. Dang gummit. Okay. Bear with me here. There. All right. Let's look at highs and lows. This is the highest house sold for the month, for the week is there we go. Lupine Road, not my listing. Let's go to Lupine Road. Original list price, $25 million. Sell price after 68 days, $25 million. This is in Palo Alto Hills. And then let's take a look. Let's take another quick look at the lowest list price. Pacheco Pass, Gilroy. Now, the original list price was $475. It took 100 days to sell. The lot was a minuscule 2,500 square feet, not even 0.1 square acres. It's built in 1935. So somebody's, I've seen a house. I showed a house earlier this year. I want to say it's this one right here. No. Yeah, I think it's this one right here. But I did show houses over here. These houses are in the fire zone, so be careful what you're buying, right? And then the highest list price to sales price, I want to say, it's Teal Drive. Yep. This one is 2.3, and it sold for 3.2. Crazy. Santa Clara. Why? I have no idea. Box Brownie, backwards pictures. They staged it up. It's completely vacant. They have a little bonus room, a little sunroom. Yeah, nothing special about it. $3.2 million. When buyers buy. This is the highest sold price in Santa Clara County. And nice that they did the floor plan. It looks like this is a brand new house. So there you go. That's boring. And then let's take a quick look here. Delmas Ave. The lowest list price to sales price ratio, which came in at 40.9%. Original list price was $1,099,000, 1.1, not my listing. Took 8 days to sell. Got a sales price of $450,000. 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,500 square feet, 100 years old. I don't think it's 100 years old, but there you go. Let's take a quick look inside. Yeah, you know what? This is nicely updated. You can actually live in this. It's not great. Needs some work. Looks like there's a downstairs bathroom or a bedroom, ADU. Doesn't explain that. It's probably just 800 square feet and then 800 square feet underneath. There you go. All right, there you go. That is today's highs and lows, and that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'm Vito with Abitano. We'll see you out there.